Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Dr. Nick, and welcome
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
back to the 90s Guys Show. Today is the holiday edition of the 90s Guys Show, and I wanted to discuss some of my favorite Christmas movies / holiday movies, if you're offended by that type of thing.
Oh, that's nasty.
But I'm just going to go through some of the ones that I have. I have more, but these are just some of the ones that I've picked off out of my collection. I'm going to talk about some of the ones that have definitely been underrated, some that are kind of cringy, I guess you could say, over the years. But these are just some of the holiday Christmas movies that I've watched for years, especially from when I was younger. You have Pee-wee's Playhouse Christmas Special. This movie was, it's a typical episode of, Pee-wee's Playhouse. Except, obviously, it had guest stars such as Little Richard, Oprah Winfrey, Magic Johnson, Frankie and Annette Funicello, Whoopi Goldberg. Just some of the, Joan Rivers, Dinah Shore, Zsa Zsa Gabor. This is just some of the very popular celebrities and TV personalities that were, still huge even then. We also have Jingle All the Way.
Oh, Howard, excuse me, but your wife's cookies are out of this world.
Who told you you can eat my cookies?
Oh, these cookies! I gotta get the recipe from Les.
Put that cookie down! Now!
With Arnold Schwarzenegger, and of course, I'm sure you've seen this, where Arnold Schwarzenegger was supposed to have gotten a very popular toy known as Turbo Man, and he forgot, and little did he know that this would be nearly impossible. This movie, along with Sinbad, and I can't remember the other guy's name, who else is in this? Let me look. Phil Hartman. His rival right now is Phil Hartman, who is trying to move in on his wife. Also, you have another father, Sinbad, who is also trying to look for a Turbo Man. And he searches all over the city to try to find this toy, this big action figure. Very good movie. Typical Arnold cheesiness, but still pretty good. Then you got the classic Home Alone with Macaulay Culkin. Don't really have to explain that too much. This one came out in 1990. It stars Macaulay Culkin, Daniel Stern, and Joe Pesci, along with, it was directed by John Hughes. And basically, it's a boy who thinks that he's misunderstood by his family, picked on, overlooked because of such a large family. His family goes on a trip to Paris, and they forget about him. Two burglars are robbing the entire neighborhood, and he tries to stop them from destroying and taking all their belongings in the house. Then you got Home Alone 2, which was also directed by John Hughes. This was put out 2 years later, actually. And this stars Macaulay Culkin once again. His family and him are supposed to be taking a flight to Florida. Arriving at the airport, he stops to put batteries in his Talkboy, which, I will talk about in another video. I actually have a Talkboy. It's a voice recording thing that he used in the movie. He stops to put batteries in it. His dad runs. He tries to catch up with his dad. He sees a guy with another coat that looks identical. He takes off the opposite direction. He gets on the plane thinking his dad is actually at the front of the plane. He ends up flying to New York City, where he runs into Harry and Marv again. Not as good as the first one, in my opinion, but still pretty good. And of course, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
An asshole in his bathrobe emptying a chemical toilet into my sewer.
Shitter was full. Yeah. You checked our shitters, honey?
Starring Chevy Chase, and I mean, there's not a whole lot you can. I mean, there's tons you could say about it. Plenty of one-liners and jokes from that movie. It's I believe it was the third movie in the series. What year did this come out? I don't remember the exact year that it came out, but I believe this is the third movie in the National Lampoon's series, right behind European Vacation. Very funny movie. A lot of big stars in it. Classic lines. You just gotta go watch it. Some of the other movies, which I did not show you, I have the Garfield Christmas, Charlie Brown, White Christmas. I'm trying to think of some other ones. Of course, you also have like the Muppet Christmas Carol. What was one that I was watching the other day on Netflix? Oh, Ernest Saves Christmas with Jim Varney. Christmas movies have been around for a long time. They have a lot of updated ones, the cheesy, romantic Hallmark Christmas movies. Those things are everywhere. It's always about some woman that wishes for a guy, or they accidentally meet somebody. It's always the same typical stuff. Way too much cheese for me, I guess. But let's see, how many days is it? Christmas is actually not too far away. I'm super psyched. I got my tree up. I got my decorations up. This is going to be a really good Christmas. I'm definitely in the spirit. Check out my podcast that myself and my co-host Phil Money did the other day on FNX Network. The podcast is called Slamcast. Check out the 90s Guy Facebook page. And also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's simply AWSOME, Simply Awesome 1985, and you'll be able to find me on there. Also, if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, it's thegame2716. Check out the other videos. Like this video. Hit the subscribe button down below. And don't forget to hit the little bell icon to make sure you get all the notifications for all the videos. And also, everybody have a good Christmas. Hope everyone has a good New Year's. I will be putting out more videos. And I screwed up the name. It's simply AWSME 85. I screwed it up. I'll put the link down below. That way, there's no confusion or anything. But I will see you all later.